Hello my beauties, welcome back to my channel. I am Dominique and today I'm giving you a tarot reading. The theme of this reading is going to be what's coming towards you these coming months. The way I read is really intuitive, so if the reading goes to other places, I allow it. It's just the way I like it. So without any further ado, let me introduce you to your piles. These are going to be your choices. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. I'll see you in the video. Hi, group number 1. You chose this beautiful illustration with this girly holding a candle, and because this is a reading about what is coming for you, what you cannot see, I hid a card underneath. And also this self-made paper with some keywords that reads Lapis Lazuli, Guides, and Letting Go. So that's already really telling. We'll put your illustration on the side here. And what do we have? Egotism. Mars in Leo. Right, that is interesting. I'm so curious to see what. So we have Libra and Virgo. You don't have to be these signs, but that's some air and earth energy for you right there. Right. Let's get on with the reading, group number 1. We have my tarot right here. I've been so excited to do some readings again, so this is amazing. I already have quite some information on the board, but let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. Right. I feel group number 1, you definitely have been going through a difficult time. Like, to me, this seems a kind of breakup, and this could be a breakup of a relationship or a job, but a really painful letting go process, which is causing you quite a lot of grief. The Tower is here and the Death card is here, which are the two most, I would say, most intense energies of the tarot deck. And what I mean by intense, it's energies that you're not gonna not notice, you know? So the tarot card talks a lot about divine intervention. So things just not working out, like you feel things are breaking down, and they're not going according to your plan. But what is to say that your plan is the best plan for you? So this card often shows when we're going through tough times and things are not aligning, and that's just because they're getting demolished so you can build them up again in the right way. And sometimes this sounds all really dramatic, but this can look like really small things, like missing your train, for example, and then getting a new train and meeting someone there, like just tiny annoyances like that. Or it can be like huge, like getting fired from your job or something like that. So these, depending on the reader, depending on you, it really takes on a lot of different forms. But I feel like you're kind of trying to ignore all the like bad things that are happening to you, and you're really like looking to yourself, like putting a lot of focus on yourself. And the cards are asking right now, like, is this the best moment to do this, or is it really the moment to be called for to actually be in these kind of like rough feelings and to write them out, and to like, instead of moving fast through them, you're really busy with your day-to-day life, with your how you're looking, how you're like acting, and trying to move on as fast as possible from like this distraught, like you're almost trying to distract yourself with yourself, if that makes sense. And the cards are asking like, how can you actually feel more deeply, or feel more um, connect more with these feelings of destruction that like cause you a lot of grief. um yeah, so often when the death cards comes in reverse, it talks about transformation, but not transformation that you consented to, like unconsensual transformation. So that often gives an image of it being quite painful, and you transforming without really asking for it, without really wanting to. And it's just something that happens. And the death card is for me, one of the most beautiful cards in the tarot deck, because it talks a lot about how beginning and endings are really similar, and those boundaries are really blurred. How energy cannot not exist, it just transforms into something else. um, and often like a skin, like the skin of a snake that is shedding, it often is quite painful for the snake when it happens. So I feel you're in this kind of painful period of your life, painfully transforming, and you're not really putting a lot of like consciousness to it. You're kind of like ignoring it, like, oh yeah, this is happening, but I'm just gonna pretend like everything is great and like I'm feeling good, even though um it's really beautiful to be vulnerable to your close friends or the people that you allow this vulnerability in, you know. It's definitely a letting go period, but maybe also letting go of the idea of what feeling good looks like, because often we're just in this so happy-go-lucky society where positive vibes, good vibes and stuff, but you can't be positive good vibes all the time. Like that's toxic. Like that's not sustainable in any type of way. Like actually moving through difficult periods and being able to articulate those and asking for help and asking for what the takeaways of difficult times and what those monuments mean to you in your life is way more sustainable and way more healthy way, instead of just putting it away, putting it underneath the carpet and not like ignoring it, you know. So Four of Pentacles, so actually when it comes to material stuff, you're actually doing really well. Like this talks about money, like housing, everything, like in your 3D reality, in your immediate 3D reality, you're actually doing really well for yourself. Like that's something that is balanced and stable. Um we have two pentacle cards, so you're quite busy with how things are looking and how things like are the things that you touch, how they feel and that they feel good. um the two of pentacles is quite a balanced card. It's you're balancing a lot of things at one time. So maybe you're working on your house a lot, you're working on maybe getting a new closet, you're working on all these different areas that the material, like that are in the material realm. And the cards are asking, is there someone you can help? Instead of spending all this time balancing all the things to do for yourself, is there someone you can help with to add some of these material blessings to them? And this could be like helping someone cook a meal for someone, for example, or helping someone paint their house, you know, like, or um, fix a lamp or something like this, because someone in your immediate circle might need your help. And the cards are going to be much more rewarding to it's gonna feel much more rewarding to yourself to put this energy somewhere else instead of on yourself, because for yourself it's kind of like a distraction from your actual feelings. And instead, when you're doing this with someone, or you're sharing your material blessings with someone else, or the way you go about them, it's going to be feel much more rewarding and much more sincere, you know? So what I said before about this breakup is because of the Knight of Cups is in reverse, and it is usually like a really like a romantic sappy card, and because it's in reverse, you're revoking all the type of energy in your life. Like, no, like you're kind of in the vibe of, no, I'm not even gonna watch a romantic movie because it's gonna make me feel like ill. It's gonna make me feel sick. But you know, fair enough. Um yeah, I would explore that and understand like why you're feeling this way, but for some others it's really clear, and you don't really need to like get into that even deeper. um and moving on might be the right thing for you, letting go. um yeah, it is really interesting. And the King of Wands talks about our passions, and the king is the highest manifestation of the suit of wands. So wands is this fiery passion for life, like this fire that like ignites within us. And because it's in the king, you're really, yeah, almost like reawaken this fire within you to really pursue something that you have maybe put on the back burner for some time, you know. I'm really interested to see what this new passion will bring you. How will this new passion bring group number 1? Beautiful cards. What will this new passion bring you? Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful. We have the Ace of Cups, which is the card of self-love. So this new passion will bring you a lot of genuine, actual self-love and fulfillment of self. I feel like at the moment you don't feel really fulfilled. You're really busy with your day-to-day life. You're busy with yourself, but it doesn't feel fulfilling. It feels almost like empty. And the cards tell you to work on this new passion, work on this that truly ignites you, because it's going to create a ripple effect to this fulfillment of self that you're actually looking for. So you're looking for this, and you're doing the material, and it's leaving you empty. And the cards say like you should look at it from a different perspective. You should focus on the King of Wands, your passions, to bring you this fulfillment of Ace of Cups, you know. So instead of going directly to Ace of Cups and being like, okay, like I want to feel good about myself, I want to be self-loving, let me buy a care package with a beautiful like face mask, and because that would be like a material way of like going at self-love, you know. But you put on the face mask, you wait the 50 minutes, and you're like, okay, what now? Like I don't feel like more loving towards myself, you know. And this is where it's going wrong. And the cards tell you, for example, like let's go with this example further, be like share the face mask with a friend and like have a good time with them actually, and speak with them about things that are bothering you, and it's gonna be way more fulfilling. Or the King of Wands, you're actually like you have a passion for making soaps, for example, you know, and you actually the soap making is like so much more fulfilling. And then later when you get to shower with your soap, you feel so much self-love and so much like connection to self, and that's what brings you to the Ace of Cups, you know. So I just used this really like weird example, but you understand where I'm getting at. So the cards are asking you to go about things in a different way that you've been going right now, because right now you've been feeling a bit stuck with it. So letting go of pre-belief patterns would be really beneficial for you. Right, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading and you had something out, you get something out of it. And if you liked it, then please give a like and subscribe to my channel, where I do tarot readings and anything like magic, witchy, woohoo stuff I love. But I'm wishing you the best day, evening, night, whenever and wherever you are. So much love and so much power. Bye bye. Hi, group number 2. You chose this beautiful illustration. Let me pick it up and put it towards you. Some hands with some beautiful crystals. These are actually inspired by my crystals. For example, this one right here is that one. So, fun fact. So what I have in the celebration of not knowing what is coming towards you, I have a hidden card. So here we have Independence. Oh, I love this deck so much because it connects planets to astrology. So we have the moon in Aquarius with Independence, and then we have some keywords in this self-made paper. Ancestors, Cornelian, and 444. So these are interesting keywords. I actually do have a Cornelian crystal laying around here, so especially for you, group number 2, I'll bring it out because Cornelian is what you need. Okay. Well, let's get the tarot cards out. Let's see what they have to say about... Oh, wait, I nearly forgot. I forgot the astrology pebbles. Alright. Oh, they're hidden. Like this, we have Leo and Pisces. Leo and Pisces, some water and fire. Right. It's always an interesting mix, Leo and Pisces. I don't know many Leo and Pisces that get along that well, though. It's quite opposing energies. But maybe. Alright, group number 2, welcome. Welcome to your beautiful reading. Let me see what the cards are feeling for you today. Whoa. Ooh, Justice. These cards have like a similar vibe, no? Like the Independence one and the Justice one. Right. We can't take them all, but we'll take quite a few of these. Okay, wow. Are you gonna study law or something? Like, oh my goodness. Wow. That's crazy. You have 3 skills here. That's the most skills I've ever gotten in a reading. I'm not gonna lie. 3 skills. So, honestly, like, you might be a Libra. Like, straight off the bat. Or you might know someone who's a Libra or someone close to you because the imagery of scales is really coming through to you. You're really focusing on balance, on the balance of your life. Like, it's something that you're putting a lot of awareness to. You're very fair and ethical person. Like, ethics is something like really important to you, and it's something that comes really natural to you to do right by others, to do right by yourself, you know? Even when others may not understand or they may not know where you're coming from, you have this really, really well ethical compass within you, which some people lack. Like, it's, and you often like are so surprised when people don't have that within themselves as well, because it just is something that comes so natural to you to hear, for example, all perspectives of people's stories and then make a conclusion instead of just having blind loyalty, you know? And I feel that's something that you get a lot of hate on for your friends, like you're not blindly loyal to them, but to you that goes really against your nature and the nature of actually looking at all sides and then balancing later. Right off the bat, wow. Crazy. Actually crazy. Well, group number 2, you're really in a really different energy than group number one. I must say, their energy was very different, like much more heavier, and I feel his energy is much more lighter. Let's start with the Ace of Pentacles because it's such a beautiful card. It talks a lot about the beginning of the reality you want to be manifesting, the beginning of this reality coming through for you. And it's just, for me, this is such a motivating card that you're doing all things exactly right. Like, go on with your path, go on. You're in the right place at the right time. And this links so beautifully to the World card. The World card is, like, for me, one of the most special cards in the deck because it reminds me of the Yellow Brick Road in The Wizard of Oz, where you just follow that and your destination will be at the end of it, or will be, the journey will be the destination in that type of way. That every step you take, the next step just appears in front of you, and it feels so natural and so intuitive to go through with your path. Honestly, these are such beautiful cards, and these cards just congratulate you and commend you for doing the work and doing the hard. You've definitely sacrificed. You've definitely left things behind that weren't ideal for you. But you're so connected to your guides, you're so connected to your intuition that you can't go wrong anymore, you know? Like, obviously, there are going to be much more turbulations, much more lessons to be learned, but the basics, you got it. Like, the basic tools, that is relying on your intuition, relying on your spirits, or your team, your spiritual team, you know. You have that, like, down. You got that. You got that. Wow. I'm so happy for you, group number 2. What a lovely reading. So, let's go a bit deeper. So the Five of Swords in reverse. This is what I was talking about, like the letting go thing. Watching something walk away from your life. But instead of like really hanging in the grief of losing something, you really looked at the positive of it, being like, this was meant to happen for me. Like, if I didn't lose this opportunity, if I didn't lose this, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And that's such a valuable lesson to have learned. You're really focusing on also balancing in your material world. The Six of Pentacles for me is the energy of just being a good accountant, like just having your finances like really like well locked down, like having the basics of that, like understanding what money is coming in, what money is coming out, and being like really conscious of it. Because so often, like, especially like with a credit card, you can just like pay, and then like at the end of like a week, you're like, holy shit, like where's my budget gone? Like it's all gone. And I myself struggle with that, an impulsive person. But you're really, and this like organizing of finances, organizing even outside of finances, like even organization of the space, you know, getting the boxes, or for the makeup too, you know, like you know what I'm talking about, these plastic things where you put all the lipsticks in and stuff to like make it look organized and pretty. Like the aesthetics of organization is something that comes really naturally to you, which yay, amazing. Definitely not something that comes naturally to me. It's something that but maybe you've worked a lot at it, but something tells me like you've always kind of had that within you. So we have Judgment and Justice, which you see by the color scheme. To me, these cards are really like interconnected, and like often like talk about like the same, not the same energy, but are really the end decision. So they're really like strict boundaries, like this is what it is. Like a judge like slapping with the hammer, like this is the end of the trial and this is what's gonna be. I feel like you're someone that's like been really practicing on their boundaries really well. and that's commendable. So the Judgment card often also talks about this feeling of graduation and the ending of a project, the ending of a life season, and graduating from that and moving on to like a different energy, a different vibe. So I'm really I'm really interested to see what you're calling in. Like, what is this next season of Judgment? What is coming after? What comes after Judgment? Which is funny because what comes after Judgment is literally the world of like trusting the next step will be there. You know. So, ooh, we'll do this one. The Three of Wands, in between worlds. Ah, they're not gonna tell me. They're not gonna tell me what's in for you. Okay, we also got the Queen of Cups, which is a really creative card. The Queen of Cups talks about creativity and like following your intuition within a creative pursuit. So I talked a little bit about aesthetics before, but your taste for aesthetics is really powerful. Like you're naturally like, just like Libras have this natural sense of aesthetically pleasing. I feel that's really like within you, like really like clearly. And you're done with this project, and what comes next is following your intuition and trusting in yourself that whatever comes is going to be right for you, and it's going to be building upon this material realm that you have so hardly built upon. You know, it's like another step, another dimension to what you already actually have been doing. And the cards say it's not for me to tell you what's next for you. It's for you to trust into the divine that like what comes next is going to be meant for you. You know, how annoying. How annoying. Why did you even come to the tarot reading? For the tarot reader to be like, just trust. But yeah, no. But I do have a little confirmation for you in the bottom of the deck. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So whatever comes next, you're going to be really successful at it. And it's going to bring you a lot of financial success. So maybe little words of encouragement to really trust in that intuition, trust in that creativity to push you through to the next round. Wow, amazing, group number 2. Yeah, the card of independence, like this moon in Aquarius, this air energy, I do feel like it is really, really present in your reading. Like, you have your mind made up. You're a mature, I'm gonna assume, like, you're a mature human. I'm gonna assume you're human. Sorry. How silly of me. But a mature human that has got their mind made up, like, you have the right compass to show you the way, and you're so empathetic, so understanding, and so in tune with the actual, with the right way to think about things, that it creates a lot of like independence energy, that you can take care of yourself, and plus you can take care of yourself so well that like in the future you can take care of others, you know. So wow, group number 2, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, please give it a like, or even a little extra, subscribe to my channel where we talk everything woo and witchy and amazing stuff. And I wish you the best day, evening, night, whenever and wherever you are. And all my love goes to you. And lots of luck to you, group number 2. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Hi, beautiful group number 3. Today, in the spirit of not knowing what is coming towards you, I have a hidden card. How cool is that? And this is the card of appreciation with the moon in Leo. Beautiful. And we have air, the solar plexus chakra, and rose quartz. I'm so sorry I don't have a rose quartz crystal in the collection today, but Maybe you love rose quartz and you have one, so I would say go and get it. Right, we have the Aquarius sign and the Virgo sign. Amazing. Okay, we have a little earth and a little air. Airy, airy. And we have the cute little duckies illustration. Oh, I didn't show you guys. Wait, let me show you the duckies. They're so cute. They're so adorable. Ah, so cute. Right. Let's get to it. What do the cards have to say for you? What do the cards have to say for you? Right. Right. Yeah, you're definitely much more air-based than the last readings, the last two readings. Much more busy with thoughts and everything that goes on in the brain in between your ears. Right. 3 of Wands. Beautiful. It's new appreciation. So we have the Death card in reverse, which is often a painful transformation. I would say when the Death card is in its normal state, I would say the transformation is very consensual, that you're like willingly going through this. And when it's in reverse, I feel it's a bit more painful and a bit more, I didn't choose to change this way, or I didn't choose to transform, but it is happening. The Death card is such a powerful card. It's one of the most powerful cards in the deck because it talks about how energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transmutated. It can only be transformed and changed into something new, into something else. And just as a snake will shed its skin, and it often is quite painful, so is this transformation for you. But the good news is that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The 5 of Pentacles talks about there being a lot of hope and there being a lot of new energy and new opportunities for you to focus on. So not dreading in this Death card, in this like painful transformation, this painful eye-opening transformation. Group number 3, I also feel that you're a lot in your head. You're weighing a lot of thoughts in. And often thoughts can be quite, you can quite make quite obstacles with your thoughts for yourself. You make a lot of problems in your head that are not really rooted in reality or rooted in the real world, which is really tough. And this often looks like anxiety or overthinking, you know. And these thoughts can be actually so powerful. They feel like they tie you down and you feel like you can go nowhere because of all these like abundance of thoughts that are overflowing your brain. And that's really tough. I'm so sorry for you, group number 3, that you're going through that. Yeah, you sometimes feel blindsided. There are 2 people with blindfolds on their heads. You don't know where to go. And you have so many worries about what's gonna happen and what's gonna go, that you don't allow yourself time to feel that everything is alright. But we have the appreciation card here. So I feel it's something that you're kind of learning about yourself. This is the way you are. And appreciating that you're actually like really fast thinking, really fast paced moving, like have all these different viewpoints of like of viewing can be actually really helpful for some situations and really not helpful for some other situations. Do you know the word liminal space? Because I feel like liminal spaces are like escalators or elevators or hallways, spaces in between spaces. So from getting one place to another, I feel like you're in that right now, and it's giving you a lot of anxiety not knowing what your destination may look like, which fair enough. But the Three of Wands talks about being in between worlds, and especially with the Death card in reverse and with the Five of Pentacles, um, it feels like you're on a journey and you don't really see the outcome. You just like know it's gonna be okay. And I'm here to tell you it's gonna be like more than okay, and it's gonna surprise you. I want to pull some more cards for you, group number 3, and we'll see what will come up. Like, what's the light at the end of the tunnel? What's the light at the end of the tunnel? What's the light at the end of the tunnel? What's the light at the end of the tunnel? What's the light at the end of the tunnel? Ooh, the Ten of Pentacles and the Chariot. Wow. I feel definitely like your skill is communication. You're definitely very airy based, like air based, like talking with people, like communicating, translating even. Like that's a superpower of yours. Like mending in between people, like being a mediator. Like that's something that comes really natural to you. I feel like you're really like sensory, like you're really like sensitive, like sensory wise, like, you know how people get really like sensitive to textures or to sounds or to taste or like textures in your mouth even. And it it has its like it has both sides of it, right? That you're like overly sensory to some things, but it makes you appreciate like beauty so much more. And I feel like you're an appreciator of beauty and you really look out your outside space for this appreciation of life and of the natural world. It really like calms you down. And we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a beautiful card when it comes to material and financial wealth and gain, like having all that in order. So I wouldn't worry about things like your career, your housing, your job, all that stuff is going to be in order, and it's going to be even more than you dreamed of. So that's something really beautiful to look forward to, you know, this light at the end of the tunnel. And we have the Chariot here, which is a really interesting card because in the original tarot, it is an up-and-coming chariot, but in my tarot, I wanted to do like the god of travel, Hermes. Which is often the chariot talks about the long road to get somewhere and not taking the shortcuts and not taking the road out. And often the long road being much more rewarding because you learn much more lessons along the way to be able to solve problems that arise later up, being like, oh, I already know this. And I feel like you're someone that like really loves things that you already know. So taking a long way often is really like really helpful for you because you get used to things like on a way tinier scale, and then on a bigger scale you are able to execute much better because you recognize the problem. I hope that makes sense for you, but I feel like this is a really good advice to start out small and take the long road to learning something, or take the long road towards your goals instead of taking the shortcuts. Because you're someone that overthinks stuff like heavily. So if you take shortcuts and you don't like, this new problem arises that you've never seen before, it's gonna trip you up so much harder because you're gonna have like all this anxiety about this unknown. But if you like already come across it even in the tiniest little bit, you're much more able to execute it and execute it well. So that's like my tarot advice for you. They also have the Justice card, which is often a card of truth. And often, like, not being truthful to oneself or not being truthful to oneself. So, are you. Because often the easiest person we can lie to is ourselves, where we say like, oh, this is okay, like this is fine, when it truly isn't. Or, oh, this doesn't hurt me as much, or this is like totally okay, when maybe it isn't that okay, and maybe it did make us it trip us up more than it should have, or that you feel it should have, you know. And being honest with oneself is being honest with the world, and being honest with the universe, you know. So I think the cards are also asking, how can you be more honest with yourself? Like, how can you meet yourself more in the place you're at? Because I feel like you tend to make your life like quite difficult in the way that you think you can manage more than you actually can. And it's not a sign of weakness, like, at all. Like, meeting yourself where you're at um is totally like so respectable. Um because maybe, like, let me do an example. So you're in this like yoga class, and you've been doing yoga for a while, and you don't want to do the beginner's class, so you like skip the intermediate and go like immediately to the advanced, because you feel like that's what true like yoga people do. They like do the advanced stuff, and this class is way too hard for you. Like, you're so sore, you're like not coming to breath, like it's actually not really like relaxing at all. But you feel like it's like a weakness if you like stop now, so you continue doing it, instead of maybe like talking to the teacher and being like, hey, like, this class is actually too hard for me. And like being vulnerable with yourself like that, and like just kind of like getting over your own like ego, and being like, maybe like the beginner class would be something better for me. And realizing that like it's okay to do something like easier to then build up to like harder, because like beginner yoga is also like really challenging. And maybe you do need like the essential poses, like, and be reminded of those to then like build up to like harder like ones, you know. So I use this like silly example to show you um meeting yourself where you're at and not where you think you want to be. Because I think you often like think too much instead of feeling like where you're at, like where are you like right now, where are you at, and what are the things that you can do right now for like for how you're feeling, instead of how you think you should be feeling, or how you think you're gonna feel tomorrow or the week after that, you know. So this mentality is so well for preparing for others, for communicating with others, for advancing in conversations and in stuff. But like when it comes to self, it can be actually quite, you can create quite a lot of obstacles for yourself that you don't even mean to, just because of your thinking patterns. My advice to you would be to feel in your belly, like feel in your solar plexus chakra. So also you have like the yellow duckies and the yellow chariot, and I do feel like your solar plexus is kind of like around a little bit underneath your belly button, and like feeling there and feeling what do you need right now in this moment, like right now. And practicing doing that, I think is going to be so helpful to you, towards you, group number 3. I wish you the best of luck, and I'm really excited for this Ten of Pentacles for you, this really abundance reality that you're building for yourself. I'm so excited for you, and if you like this reading, please give it a like, or even subscribe to my channel, where we do a lot of witchy woo things and just amazing stuff. I wish you the best day, the best evening, the best night, whenever and wherever you are. Bye bye. Bye.